They hear about it, but they really don't understand it. They really don't know where to go to get help. Now they know where to get help. Call you.
There you go.
Right? And before I ask you that question, why don't you bump out your phone number since I just made that statement?
Okay, it's David Nash with Fairway Insurance. I'm local here. I actually work out of the Redlands area. Been here for about 13 years now. My number is 909-792-4410. Again, it's 909-792-4410.
All right. Now, here's the question I got to ask you. And I know I'm going to get some feedback on this one. How marijuana now in a lot of areas, a lot of states, are finding it legal where if, you get a note from your doctor and you can get certain marijuana for, like, with the cancer patients, right? They smoke a little bit of it. They don't have any other side effects from the chemo, radiation, none of this. Now, will the drug industry consider that as a legal substance, or are they going to stay out of that whole loop?
Right now, they're staying out of that loop.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right now it's not available on the covered California side or on the Medicare side.
I wonder if it'll ever happen. You got to stay tuned and see what happens, boys and girls.
That's right. There you go.
Yes. Now, what else should one be aware of or start doing the homework on?
I think the biggest problem that I see, I've been doing this for many years now, especially on the Medicare side, is that individuals do not understand what Medicare is. They don't understand how Medicare Part A works, which is hospitalization. They don't understand how Medicare Part B works, which is your doctors and outpatients. And now they have a new term, Part C. Part C is basically just an acronym for Medicare Advantage, which may include your Part D, prescription drug. So a lot of individuals do not understand all the basics of what Medicare is covering. And every year, Medicare changes some of the guidelines a little bit. And then in the prescription drug side, they may change the formularies, where one year you may have a very low cost on a medication, and the next year maybe go up from $0 or $4 or $5 to as high as $45 to $90 a month. So those are things that people have to look at. So it's important that every year that they work with their agent to make sure that they have the best plan that meets their needs in regards to covering their doctors, their hospitals, and also their prescription drugs.
That's pretty good. Now, Mia, do you have a question?
No, he's really answered a lot of great questions that I had. I think he answered them all. Good job.
Thanks.
Yeah, he's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, very informative. Because a lot of it is confusing.
Yes. Now, can you hang on, boys and girls? I just got a message. Bob Bishop from Exit Inland Realtor is on the line. We're going to speak to him for a moment. Now, can you stay for a little while longer?
Sure. Go ahead. Yeah,
okay.
You bet.
All right. Mia, you ready to hear from Bob?
Yes, I am. Bring him on.
Yeah. Hey, Bob, how you doing? Hello? Hello? I think we lost him.
Bob, what are you doing?
Let me try calling him back. I've lost him already twice now. So
okay.
Let me try again. Oh.
Hello?
There he is.
Oh, there he is. Hey, Bob, how you doing?
I am great, Deb. How are you?
Good. I'm glad you called in right at the right moment because we're talking to David Nash from Fairway Insurance about the Medicare, Medi-Cal, and all the different programs that are going on. And your dad is right in that age group right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now,
That's
do
correct.
you happen to have a question for David?
Not offhand right now as far as insurance goes.
Okay. Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay. What about yourself, Bobby? Do you want to know something?
Well, yeah, I want to know why nobody answers it. California covered if you want to register for the Affordable Care.
You know what? It's even when I call in as a broker, as an insurance agent, I have a different line that in regards to calling in. The last time I called in to verify one of the individuals that we had just enrolled, I was number 187 in line. And I had to wait online as an agent to clarify because I got an email back regarding an issue on that individual, and I had to wait an hour and 45 minutes to speak to somebody.
Wow.
So it's very difficult.
I actually did that twice, and then I also did the chat room a couple times and waited and waited and waited, and nothing ever happened. And I just had a basic question. To enroll, it's based on what your previous year's tax returns were for your income, right?
That's correct. You have to have.
What if you haven't filed their previous tax returns?
Then you estimate as best you can, because once they have when you do sign up, if you do sign up online.
So it's better if you know the numbers rather than estimating.
It is. It's best to know the numbers, because they can go back as this process begins, they can go back 5 years and look at your income. And if your income was higher, then they're going to, if a person is receiving a credit, towards their monthly payment, if the payment, the insurance cost is $200, and they're receiving the exchange cost of $147, $150, and their payment is $50 a month, then what happens is they'll go back and they'll say, hey, you made too much money, so we're gonna have to then collect that from you. So if a person is going to estimate, it's better to have your income first. Second, if you're going to estimate, I would suggest you estimate a little bit high. Not too high, but estimate high to where you know that you won't come back to bite you in the hiney there because of not doing it correctly. So be very mindful of that.
Also, it's based on how you filed your taxes, I understand. So if a husband and wife filed jointly, then you have to purchase the insurance jointly. If you filed separate, then you could each file and get your own subsidy in your own plan.
Right. Then it's also based on the number of children you have in the household. That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Well, great.
Yeah.
Now,
that's been very helpful. Thank you.
Now, Bob, hang on for a minute. Now, when you're saying children in the family, does that mean toddlers and children and young teenagers, or does that include the adults? Because a lot of children are moving back home with mom and dad, or mom and dad are moving in with the children. 26
years or under.
Okay.
That's considered part of the household, and also if they're on your taxes, also that's considered part of the household. So if you have a 23-year-old that's in school, and you file them and you claim they're as a child on your taxes, then that's an individual you can also put towards the covered California insurance program.
That's pretty cool. Hey, Mia, that's right up your alley.
Yeah, it is. Very informative. Keep going.
Yes. Now, one more thing, too. Bob, you still with us?
I'm right here, Bev.
Yeah, let's break in real quick on this, and let's remind everything about this Sunday from 12 to 4. Where are we going to be?
We are going to be at 8733 Buckthorn Avenue in Hesperia, California. We have a great open house coming up on Sunday. That's from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. And we're going to showcase a house that's been completely remodeled, everything, top to bottom, front to back, everything, all new air conditioning units. The kitchen's been completely remodeled, the entire property, and it's a fabulous, fabulous value. Currently, we have a special going on until the end of January, too, for it, where the seller is offering $5,000 towards the buyer's closing cost if they decide to purchase the property during January. But the price on the property is $334,900. It's 5-bedroom, 3-bath, almost 4,000 square feet, and just like room to move everywhere. Beautiful outdoor patio with the view of the golf fairway. It's really a showcase property, and if people like to entertain, it'd be perfect for them, or if you have a big family.
That's right. And also on this house, it's set on two corners. It's on Buckthorn and Pico.
You get to pick your address.
Yes, and that's what we were talking about yesterday when I was on your show, and we were talking about this one piece of property. And the best thing about two different addresses for your in-laws and outlaws. So the people that you really like, give them one address, and ones you don't like, give them the other address.
That's right.
Right?
And never the twain shall meet.
There you go. And also with this house, boys and girls, I want to tell you, yesterday this house got my stamp of approval. You know me. I've been on doing this show for over 300 programs. I mean, over 5 years doing it. And this house got my stamp of approval 100% straight across the board. It has the new air conditioning, new heater, flooring, carpeting, you name it is in there. All the bathrooms are redone. The spa room is done. The living rooms, you name it, everything is ready to rock and roll. The yard work is done. Got a brand new fence all the way around it. That is very nice.
Beautiful wrought iron fence. That's right.
Yeah, it has a 2-car garage. I mean,
And it has a pool-sized lot. If you want to put a pool or a tennis court in, there's plenty of room behind the house to do that as well still.
That's it. And so, Bob, real quick, bump out the time and address again for on Sunday, please.
This will be Sunday from 12 until 4 p.m. It's going to be at 8733 Buckthorn Avenue on the corner of Buckthorn and Pico, and that's in Hesperia, California. And if you have any questions, you can give me a call directly, 951-318-1952.
One more time with the phone number.
That'd be 951-318-1952. And we'll look forward to seeing you there. Give us a call if you want directions or anything. And we'd look forward to having you.
Yes, and I just got a note here from one of the guys. They wanted me and you to remind everybody it has a spa and waterfall inside there, too. You know what I mean?
And we didn't even mention it was on the 8th hole of the golf course. We just mentioned that it have a golf view. So it's a beautiful upscale property in a very upscale neighborhood.
Yes, and from the kitchen they have French doors that goes out to the patio. You can sit out there in the morning, have your coffee, your breakfast, and you can watch all the golfers. I mean, it's absolutely...
I just heard it's a one-story, too.
Exactly.
Yes, and it's a one-story building, guys. You don't have to worry up and down the stairs. Well, Bob, thank you so much for your time. And, yes, Bev from Let's Go Shopping with Bev right here on KCAA 1050, the station that leaves no listener behind, will be with Bob and his team. And also, Mia, are you going to be with us?
Oh, yeah, you know I'm going to stop by, Bev.
Good, and so Mia will be there. So come on down. We'll have some refreshments and have a lot of fun with us. Come on, meet the whole team from KCAA and have a lovely afternoon looking at a brand-new house.
Yeah.
Sounds great, Bev. We'll look forward to seeing everybody.
Okay, Bob. Thanks, hon.
All right. Bye.
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 Okay, Mia, you're going to stay with us, right?
Of course.
Okay. All right, David, thank you for that in between. Now, when Bob was just talking about his dad and the husband and wife, you know, joining up separately and signing up for different things, and then we were talking about the children at the different age groups, even if they're in college and they're living at home. What else should one be aware of?
I think the most important thing is understanding that there are in our section 17 here, there are 5. This is again in reference to the covered California Affordable Care Act plans that are available in the Inland Empire. There are 5 companies that they're working with here: Anthem Blue Cross, Blue Shield, Molina, HealthNet, and also Kaiser. So those are the main companies that are offering the plans in the area. And I think it's important to first find out if you have an existing doctor, if your doctor is accepting any of those plans, any of those 5 individual companies, and if they're accepting new patients on the Affordable Care Act. So that's probably one of the first things you really need to check and find out is if your doctor is going to accept the Covered California Act plans, and if you know you can sign up with that. Keep your doctor. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you may have to go to a new doctor. So that's important to also begin to look at.
Okay, and can we have your contact info?
Sure. It's David Nash, Fairway Insurance, 909-792-4410.
One more time.
909-792-4410.
Good, and I'm going to put you on the spot. Mia and I are both on the spot here. Can you come back?
You bet. I'd love to come back.
Good. All right, and can you stay a little bit longer?
Yeah, I can stay for a few minutes. You bet.
Okay. All right, we have Phil from Loma Linda Chamber of Commerce for our special event segment. Yay! So, hey, Phil, how you doing? Hello?
Hello.
Oh, there you are.